we are having in automotive industry, we are having the vehicles, right? Whenever the problems is occurs in the ECU, to resolve that one, to resolve that issues, we are using the UDS. According to the ISO standard, it is a Indian standard organization 14229. According to this one, we are following the some of the rules and regulations for this UDS. So it is the combination of the KWP 2000 and ISO 15765. And the main purpose of the UDS is to resolve the problems in the vehicles. How we have to resolve the problems is, we are having the some service IDs. We are sending that service IDs and to resolve that issues. To resolve that issues, here we are using for the UDS. How we have to resolve that issues means, we are having the some service IDs. I will show you what are that service IDs. Also, what is the main use of the UDS? What is the main use of the UDS means, to detect the problems is the two-wheelers. CV is nothing but a commercial vehicles, and ORV is nothing but a, we are having the some trucks, buses and all, right? So in this we are sending some service IDs to resolve that issues, and to read the data and write the data. That purpose also here we are using the UDS. And UDS is nothing but it is similar like the CAN protocol. For this UDS, we are having the some separate tools. In Kenoya also we are having the diagnostics. I will show you where we have to send that service IDs and all. Next, to diagnose the errors and reprogramming the ECU. Reprogramming ECU is nothing but if you are having the software, right? We are having the two softwares. One is the old software and one more is the new software. Wherever the change points in the occurs in the according to the customer requirement, in new software we are implementing that on the right. That time, by using this service ID, so we are flashing the new software. We are erasing the old software and we are flashing the new software. How it will be means, we are having the some tools like DET, Diagnostics Engineering Tool, or else depends upon the organization, it may changes the tools also. So here, there we are selecting that tool. Better. Right now we don't have in that tool, but I will give you some brief explanation about that one, how we are selecting that under. We are having the one DET tool. In this, once we have to open that one means, there we are having the loading the files option will be there. So once we have to like in left side corner we are having like some of the files. In these files we are having the 3 different files will be there. Secondary bootloader and primary bootloader, and some of the GSS applications will be there. So in secondary bootloader itself, whatever the ECU, all the features is there, right? In this only they implemented the all the applications. Like applications is nothing but a different features. So once we have to load that files, and there we are having one download option is there. So just we have to connect the download. It will flash the that different different SBL and PBL applications. SBL is nothing but it is a secondary bootloader, and PBL is nothing but a primary bootloader. We are flashing that files. So for reprogramming of the ECU, here we are using for the diagnostics. In diagnostics means it is here we are using the sum of different tools. For example, when to read for CAN purpose, why we are using this to transmit and receive the data, right? Similar way, by using this UDS, we have to request the data, and we are getting the some response from the ECU. This is the structure of the UDS. In UDS also it consists of the different layers. Like in CAN also we are having application layer, network layer, data link layer, and physical layer, right? In similar like UDS also we are having the four different types of layers will be there. In this physical layer, data link layer, it is application layer. Mainly we are using for the some validation purpose. So here they are taking the according to the ISO standard. This is a Indian standard organization. So according to this standard, we are following the rules. So it is the 11892. Here we are using, we are opening this document and then we are going to the that service IDs. What are the service IDs we are having? So this is mainly this layer is responsible for the enabling and for disabling. We have to enable the data and disable, right? For this one we are using for the physical layer, and data link layer is there. It will control. It comes under CAN also. Some layers on the data link layer and physical signaling. How it will be like for encoding and decoding we are using, right? We are sending the data in the form of 0 and 1, right? So for that one enabling we for encoding we are sending. For decoding means it is the 0 to 1. For it is like it is nothing but a analog to the digital, and the decoding is nothing but a it is converting to the digital to the analog form. We are having the network layer also. This is responsible for the encapsulation and decapsulation. Encapsulation is nothing but a we are having the data in different places. It will collect the all the data together, and it is kept the data together in the one place. Means that is nothing but a encapsulation. It in different places we are having the data, right? It will collect the all the data and it will keep the data one place. Decapsulation is nothing but it is the reverse of the encapsulation. Next, application layer. In this application layer is nothing but it will whenever it is help to the user. Whenever we are doing something, right, it will help to the user. Like whenever we are browsing something in our Google, it will shows like HTTP, right? That is nothing but a application layer. In this application layer also it is divided into the two parts. One is the 14229 and 15765. So to implement this service IDs, they are splitting into two parts. I told you, right? Whenever problem occurs in the vehicle, so we are using this service IDs. We can able to identify that and all. How we can able to identify means similar way we are having the some negative response code also. Whenever we are getting this negative response code, we can able to identify easily what is the problem is occur in the vehicle. Then that once it is the problem is occurs, how we have to resolve that one means. That's the reason here we are using the different tools. These are the different service IDs in the diagnostics. We are having so many service IDs, but mainly we are using this service ID. So is there, right? This is the one of the service ID. By using this service, this 10 is nothing but a diagnostic section control. It will control to the different sections. In this section, diagnostic section also, we are having the some subsections. What are that means? I will tell you here. So these are the main service IDs: 10, 11, 14, 19, 22, 2E, 3E, 27. 27 is the security access, because we our in our vehicle we are having means we have to, for example, we are having the mobile phone, right? In this mobile phone we are keeping some any other pattern or pin, right? Once we are setting that pin, we have to enter the correct pin itself, it will enter. If we are giving any wrong pattern or else any wrong pin means our mobile lock it won't open, right? In similar way, in vehicles also, to open that access and all, we need the some security key. In this, we are using the some send key, request seed and send key. Once it is the correct, then only it will open that wherever the problems occur, right? That one we can open and we can resolve that issues. And the communication control is there. We have to communicate to enable the data and disable the receiver side. And all here, each and every service IDs, it consists of the sum of the subsection. I will tell you that what is that subsection, how we are sending the data. Once we are sending the data, how we are getting the response, and all we can able to see that. And all next, request to download. Means we are having the any new software, we have to download that. And all means here we are using the 34 service ID. In this software we are having the data, right? We have to transfer the data. That and all means we are here we are using for the 36 service ID. Once we are getting exit from that transfer data, so here we are using the 37 service ID. And finally state we are having the ECU reset also, that is the 11 service ID. This and all we are sending in the one by one. First we are sending 10, after that T 3 is nothing but a tester present. First 10 in this, once it is completed 10 means 3. How we will send means I will show you. But here I'm not sure whether it will work or not, because we need to connect some hardware setup under. In Kenoi, we are having the diagnostics, right? This option is disabled, diagnostics console. So we are not able to send here, because we are this and all. If we want to send means we need some hardware setup and all bench setup we require. But I will show you some. Yeah, in this additional diagnostic settings is there, right? Once you have to click on right click. Uh, just here we are having the add diagnostics description and all is there, right? In this we are selecting the add basic diagnostics description. Actually, whenever we open here now, some service IDs and all it will show. Yes, client time, server time, and all is there, right? Whatever that depends upon the timing, we can able to see. But we can able to see that data also. But this option is disabled here. That's the reason I'm not able to show you guys. Here, diagnostic console is there, right? Once you have to click on in this one means diagnostic console, it will be open, right? It will be open like this. I will show you that image also. Here it's not there, but yeah, here one line is there, right? In this, they are sending the some ECUL definition read is there, right? Here they are sending the 22 service IDs. Some did this is 00 and 91 is the data identifier. They are sending the some data. So here that image is not clear. Here once you have to open that diagnostic console means here we are having the option one space is there in that raw value and all they are mentioned. Here just we are entering the 10 service ID is there, right? In this 10 service ID, next in this diagnostic section control we are having the three subsection. So first is the default section. Here is there, right? Here arrow mark is there, right? 1001 if we are giving now 1001 just we are clicking on enter button means here type of parameter service value is there, right? Here it will shows that it is the transmitter or receiver. Here it will shows the 1001. Once we are getting the positive response means receiver we are getting the positive response, and 5001 it will come here. Like that we can able to send the data in the diagnostics. Actually here it is disabled that option, but it will be once it is enabled now we can able to see that and all also. Or else we are having the some bus master tool also. By using this bus master we can able to send that data, but practically I'm not able to show to you guys. But this is the only process to send that service IDs only. Actually here also it will open, but here it's not open. Hmm. How it will be open now? It will be open like this. It will be open like this. In this 10 is there, right? Diagnostic section control, and 11 is the ECU reset, and 14 is the clear TTC. Like this different service IDs we can able to select here. In this byte order also they mentioned either it is the Motorola or Intel format. It is the Motorola is nothing but a it is we are having the data right 0 to 7. It is nothing but a 8 byte of data, right? For it is the 0 to 7 byte means it is the Motorola format. Intel format is nothing but a reverse of the Motorola format. 7 to 0 means it is the Intel format. Depends upon the customer requirement. Here we are selecting the byte order also. Here they are sending the data identifier also. This is the 7777, right? 2 bytes of data. 77 is the 1 byte, and one more 77 is the 1 byte. So 2 bytes of data here is there. Once they are giving this request means 2277 they are giving. There we are getting the positive response. PDU is the response is the 62. It is added whenever we are getting the positive response, it will be added the plus 40. Why it will be added plus 40 means I will tell you. And I will show you how it will be the diagnostic, how we are choosing that and all means. Here is there, right? Diagnostic section. Here 10 service we are having. 10 is nothing but a diagnostic section control. Here we are giving the message is the 10. There we are selecting that what is that one. Depends upon the organization, it will change the tools also. So then here we are selecting. After that, what is the data is there? We are having the subsection, right? 01. Just we are giving here. Here it is taking the automatically. See here 2E is there and 1 to 0C is there. 2E is the write data identifier here, and this is the 1 2 is the did. 1 2 is the 2 bytes of data identifier. Did is it is the always it is in the 2 bytes of data, and it is the DTC means DTC is nothing but a diagnostic trouble code. It is a 3 bytes of data. While you are doing it, you will get to know all this information. Here 2E they are sending, 2E is the service ID and 120C is the did. How you have to identify means, see, the 10 is the one service ID, 11 is the one service ID. In this service ID list, we are having the 2E also. 2E is nothing but a write data by identifier. One by one, I will explain you what is the use of this service ID, why we are sending under. I will explain you right this under. So like that, we can able to send the data, in the our tools. So for now we are having that 10, right? 10 is nothing but a diagnostic section control. In this 10 diagnostic section control, again we are having the 3 subsections. One is the default section and one more is the programming section and extended section. This default section sub ID is the 01. 01 is nothing but a, in 10, 01 is nothing but a, it is the service ID of the 10, and in this subsection 01 is nothing but a, it is in the default section. Why we are using this default section means to read the data. We are sending the data to the right, our tool. That time to read the data, whatever the data is present in that one, to reading purpose, here we are using the default section. Next one more is the programming section. We are reading the data. Sometimes we have to write the data also, right? To writing purpose, here we are using the programming section and extended section. In this extended section, we are using further to read and write the data. You will get one more doubt here also. For reading, we are having the 01 subsection. For writing, we are having the 02 subsection. Then again, why we are going for the extended section means, at a time, this is only for read the data, and 02 here we are using for the only write. But 03 means to read and write, to for reading purpose and writing purpose, we are using for the 03. So for example, we are having the vehicle. In this vehicle, we are having the registration number, like for example, we are having the cars, right? In this, we are having registration number is the 4 bytes of data. To read that one, we are going for the extended section also. If you want to modify any that registration number and all means, that time we have to write it also, right? At a time we have to read and write it. So that time we have to do the two things means we are going for the extended section. The main purpose of the UDS is to resolve the issues in the vehicles. How means how we have to resolve that issues means we are sending the some service IDs. Uh, what are that service IDs means? I shown right some service IDs 10, 11. You can note it and you can remember that service IDs. Then only we can able to transmit that data and we will get the response, and we have to remember that what are the service IDs. Then only we will get some idea. Again that service IDs, we are having the some subsection also. What is the use of that subsection means, to read. For example, 10 service ID we are having. By using this 10 service ID, we can reading the data and we are writing the data, whatever the data we require. we can able to read and write purpose. Here we are using the some subsection. How we have to send this and all means I am taking one notepad, then you will get understand clearly. Now here I am taking one notepad. I told about 10 service ID, right? 10 is nothing but a diagnostic section control. Again, we are having the three subsections, right? First one is the 01 and one more is the 02. This subsections and all comes from customer only. In most of the 01, 02, 03 also only there. In some of depends upon the customer requirement, it may changes also. They will mention the 04, it is for production state and all they will mention. It may changes also, but these are the some of subsections. This one is the default section. Again, 10 service ID, we are having the three subsections 01, 02, 03, default section, and 02 is the programming, and extended section is the 03. Now, how we have to send the data in the tool means 10 service ID we are having, then we are requesting the data. 1001 we are transmitting here. Once we have to transmit this data and all, we are getting the positive response. How we can identify positive response means it will be highlighted with the green color, or else it will be shows in a positive response we are getting. Positive response 5001. What is this 50 means? Whenever we are getting the some positive response, it will be added. This is the 10, right? For 10, it will be added to the plus 40. Why plus 40 only it will be added? Why it is not adding any plus 20 or else plus 50 plus 60 means I will tell you once it is completed the all service IDs, then you will get idea. Then here 01 means it is the subsection of the 10 service. To reading purpose here we are using the 01. Mostly we are sending 1001, then we will get the positive response. In capital coding and all we are mentioned here as a programming PLC. PLC is nothing but a programming length code. I told you right, 1 and 0 is the 1 byte. Now 0 and 1 is the 1 byte. Now you can tell me what is this code, this request?
2 bytes.
Yeah, 2 bytes. Whenever we have to do on some capital coding, there we are mentioning the request is the 1001. After that we are mentioning that it is the 2 bytes of data. But while we are doing to request the data in diagnostic section is there, right? Here in this once we are giving here, it will be open like that raw data. Here we are giving only 1001. 1001 we are giving means immediately in this we are getting the 5001. 5001, and in that capital code they are mentioning the now for this also programming length is the 2 bytes. PLC, this one we are calling as a PLC. 10 is the service ID. 10 we are having the 10 service ID. After that we are giving the only subsection 01. Don't confuse here. This one we are not giving in the our diagnostic section. For your understanding purpose, here I am telling what is how many length or what is the length of this coding and all. But whenever we are requesting the data, only we are giving the service ID and subsections we are giving. If we are having any read and write data means there we are mentioning the did. Did is a, it is always a, it is a 2 bytes of data. How we have to identify means, if for example, wherever we are getting the for read and writing, mostly we are using for the digits and all. If you want to read some vehicle identification number and all means, that time we are using for the digits. To reading and writing purpose, we are using for the digits. Once we are giving this request means, we are getting the positive response 5001. Then this is the programming length is the 02. This one where we are writing means, while we are doing some capital scripting, right? This capital scripting we have to do on some validation, right? When we have to do some automation validation and all means, that time we are using, instead of we are doing some manual, we are going for the automation to time reducing purpose, and all. Here we are developing some capital scripting. Next, like that, we are having the two subsections, right? Also, you have to do hands-on. You will get more and more notes in this one, and we will observe some negative response also. Once we are getting that negative response and all, how we have to fix that issues also, we can be able to learn here in this UD by using the UDS. In the customer only they will mention, once we are giving this service ID means, what are the which negative response and all we are getting. When we are getting also, they will mention in the our requirements clearly. We have to do the requirement analysis. We have to understand clearly. Then only we are writing this and all. Once you have to understanding this requirement clearly, you can write it easily. Next, 10:02 is there. 10 is the service ID and it is the less than 1 minute. Please rejoin all of you. Next, 10:02 we are having